right? Like make it a little more recent, and then it's drifting into orbit, and it's a big planet, so it would probably drift to the planet. The gravity of the planet would probably capture it, and it'd probably happen all pretty fast.
Wouldn't it have been? I don't know if this just doesn't work or something, but what if they had
Relatively.
someone, on the inside, so to speak, a friend who they've spoken to, who says, there's an opportunity to come up there and steal some shit in undercover of whatever, and that they've got their way to benefit from it. And while they're doing that job, they sabotage something by accident that releases an alien, and that makes the whole station have to deal with that. That sort of premise, instead of we get like 5 people who are retards and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you would. Why not just make a film about? Oh, we're the Weyland Yutani people who have to go and clean up after the space station thing happened. Boom, done. Makes sense. You get a whole crew, see it
Yeah.
from their perspective.
Yeah.
More
Makes
people
total
get
sense.
more
Like,
death scenes instead of just
More death scenes. You have like some Marines with you,
Yeah,
to
you could get
protect you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
scientists,
company,
Marines, all kinds of
soldiers.
people with
Yeah.
intelligence. Maybe that'd be cool.
We get to see the interior of the corporate structure. We get to say, hey, they behave. What are their opinions on the company? You get some company diehards in there. You get some people who are just like, it's just a paycheck. Get some people who maybe would rather be somewhere else. A lot of potential there, and it makes sense. It just makes sense. This is what would happen in the universe. But we got to have our group of
Gen Z.
people.
So,
I wouldn't mind them all being young people if the plot made sense and the characters weren't stupid. The idea of a young generation wanting to escape from this generational Weyland Yutani servitude.
I swear to God, they make
that's
them
an
young
idea.
in order to justify them being retarded. Like, I'm almost certain of it.
Shout out to We Are Change and Luke Gradowski. I ain't seen nobody else.
I'm just breaking it up a little bit since I accidentally or very purposefully closed out the Twitch tab. So it was still recording, still streaming, but I closed the platform that it was streaming to. Because I wanted to be able to get in the manager while I'm streaming, but I couldn't do that while still streaming what was showing on YouTube.
Did you figure out how to play your video game yet?
No, I ain't even tried yet, but that's gonna be the next thing here. Now, what do we have here?
Did you show any of your stuff on YouTube?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I'm showing some right now, actually. I don't need the filter on this material, though. Let's just throw it away for now. Well, or should we? Is there a way I can just not apply it right now? Or if I just go like this, maybe. Click done. No, then you just can't see nothing. Alright.
Shout out to We Are Change and Luke Gradowski.
Why am I whispering?
I ain't seen nobody else with this video. So I was watching this while I was at the hospital and I was fucking shocked. Just watch Bill, man.
I mean, he's definitely like a statue right there. What the
What?
It's Bill Clinton. Well, you can go over there and watch it, can't you?
I have it pulled up.
Shout out to We Are Change.
Oh my gosh. This fucking cat. Like, people were moving around. But he's just like. Statue.
Babe, what do you think about this?
What do I think about what? What about it?
Little lounge wares. Aren't they cute?
Yes, they are. Yeah, you can get some of those.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Oh, whoops.
Yo, man. C9 Revelator. Back once again. Shout out to the black child here on finding this, putting it up in the correct context, let people understand.
Mhm.
It's not just the people in politics, it's definitely the people in the entertainment industry. And here's another example of it.
Except that you might have gotten cut by the team.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs. A lot of ups and downs this year. But it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest. I really can't complain. Yeah, I was I was a little down. I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again, or with another knee. But at the end of the day, I have a major.
So, for some reason, dog just froze.
Yeah, so y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but normal people don't do a statue impression that fucking well, first and foremost. Secondly, normal people just don't do that shit, especially when they're on stage, on camera, all lights on. If anything, they're gonna be fidgeting, but to just do a statue impression out of nowhere, it's a little much.
Teammates, guys like Draymond, everybody on the team, they come over there, they wrap their hands around me like, yo, we got you.
Yeah. high school, you was the man, homie. Fuck happened to you?
No idea, don't remember. Okay, I do remember. When I just wanted to go in and try to kill the whole brother hand to hand. Not really hand to hand, but I got stuck and blew away. Damn. I guess I just got the phone propped up watching the TV. I don't even hear no audio, no nothing. Nope, I just hear the PlayStation running.
Babe, are you hot?
Yeah, I am.
I mean, I know you are. I'm saying, is it hot in here?
No, but I just came in from outside. Where it's hot as shit.
You look comfy.
And I am.
What are you watching?
Fallout New Vegas. When I decided to kill the old brother for no reason. I just ran in there and just started killing folk. Well, no, they take you down to meet the leaders first. And that's when I snapped on them, I'm pretty sure. And then when I tried to get out of here, they were murking my ass. Roman Reigns.
It's Chopper from the band, and today I got on a chopper suit. A chopper suit, it just look good, cause it's like this.
Wait a minute, let me try to fix it up now. Chopper suit. I mean, this is his animation. That's his work. I mean, this is the whole. But oh shit, you can't see shit. some milk cookies. I mean, that should be good, right? It's not like I ain't. Then let me put a filter over that bitch. Just in case. Let's see what that looks like. One of those cookies. I don't even know. What does that look like? Oh, I got you. That's what it is.
And it don't look like that. And it's a chopper suit, you heard me? You heard me? You could go in the business meetings and you could go in the hood in a chopper suit. Cause a chopper suit is just in a chopper suit. Look, you could spill something on it. See? Spill something on my shit. Spill something on my shit so I can punch you in your fucking mouth. See, look. You can't even stain it. It's a chopper suit.
Wake up, Juice.
Okay.
You ain't sleep?
What's up?
If you sleep, wake up then.
I'm up.
Wake up,
It's
man.
early in the morning.
Nah, man, I want my milk and cookies, man.
You want your milk and cookie, man?
Yeah.
We gonna get that, cuz. We gonna
You
get
know
that,
what
cuz.
meet me at, man?
We meet you
me
outside
outside
Booties,
Booties, man.
I meet you, cuz.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Juice, man, cuz. I want all my milk and cookies. I want all my milk and cookies. Understand that? I want my milk and cookies on my suit, pussy. Pussy. Okay. It's my birthday. Don't want no cake. Don't want no bitch. Unless she bake. Get your titties up out my face. How can I taste cookies on my plate? It's Gucci Mane, a fly girl, I got me in my space. I'm stealing all the cookies just to boost up the crime rate. I saw Santa Claus at 2. Woke up on Christmas morning, got a cookie that had 2. 6 in the morning, and I'm eating cookies. Chocolate chip cookies. I don't eat no pussy. Young Juice, man, and I'm blowing bubble cushion. Eldorado red, and I'm picking out a boogie. Fuck with me. We could eat cookies 7 days in a week. Young Juice, man, what you know about me? I've been holding on my piss and I still gotta pee.
Baby.
Yes, love. Yes.
I don't know.
That chicken smells good, huh?
Mm-hmm. It sure does. Well, if I switch cameras. Okay. This Gucci Mane flag got me a MySpace.
Cookies. Let me get some cookies. Let me get some cookies. Let me get some cookies. Do some around the floor, baby girl, I want some cookies. Let me get 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 some cookies. Do some around the floor, baby girl, I want some cookies. Let me get some cookies. Let me get some cookies. Raps. I don't want to rap. I don't want to rap. I don't want to rap. Raps, raps, and I don't want to rap. Now tell me what I do bad. What I do bad is raps. You know I ain't rapping no more. Boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a snitch. Snitching. You need a Gucci. Pussy, tell me what a dope at. I'ma shoot your fuck boy. I'ma take you in under investigation. Oh. Raps. You need a Gucci. Go get. I'm gonna take you in under investigation.
The idea of Rick Ross coming in and telling Gucci he's gonna put him under investigation because he's really a snitch. He's really just a corrections officer, so he probably was moving a lot of cocaine into the prison. I don't think he was doing much else, though.
We're almost out of butter.
No! No, 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 no.
They don't have to bother explaining why 50-plus-year-olds would make these insanely stupid mistakes.
I'm not going to argue with this.
So it's like they're all a bunch of teenagers who are fucking, super emotional and irrational. You're like, yep. I already know. It's gonna be
Human
great.
beings aren't rational, Mueller.
Oh my god, a
You
throwback.
can't have a plot of, well, this is, yeah, you can't have a plot if if people are smart.
So the conversations continue, and they say that it's going to take 9 years to get to Ivanka. I forget the planet name, doesn't really matter. But this ship, through the scans on the hyperlink, show the ship has a few pods left, being cryopods. So I thought, so you scanned it, and you know that it has cryopods on it, but you don't know anything else about this ship. Not even that it's a space station. That feels strange in terms of what information you can collect.
Strange. By the way, this would have been potentially a really cool element of the world building is you have all these workers here, and I guess this group has access to a ship. Okay, weird, but how do we keep them from just leaving? It's well, if you just control the cryopods, and then people can't leave. I guess they could, but it'll take them many years to leave. But if you have tight control over just one component, which is the cryopods and their energy, then people are basically never going to leave.
Also, for anyone saying they were also stupid in Alien and Aliens,
No, they weren't. You're wrong.
It's so unfair.
Which that I can agree with as well. They were not retarded in the first Alien franchise. My goodness.
Those films, The Thing, or stuff like Predator, they get dragged down by the future iterations because it's it's always been this way. It's it wasn't.
Well, that's because people say
this
that.
way.
Because people do this with, you mentioned Fallout. People did this with Fallout all the time. The Fallout show comes out and it's fucking stupid through and through, completely idiotic, and all of a sudden. Well, I don't know where these people came from, but all of a sudden, everyone decided, oh yeah, the games are shit too, actually, so it's okay.
It's a weird strategy to run of, well, no, the other thing sucks too. In order.
Fallouts are off the chain. The show sucks because people who wrote it didn't understand the source material and they didn't care enough to find out. What did just bad at writing stories. Either way.
In order to prop up the thing that you like, everything else has to suck as
Yeah,
well.
the thing we like is stupid too, so you can't complain about the new thing of it.
Really odd.
I think people need to realize there's a difference between things being so hopeless that you just can't help but fall into pitfalls and like disaster, and people deliberately doing stupid shit to fall into pitfalls, like and to end up dead because you're just doing stupid shit.
Yeah, like take for example Alien, where they're following the tracker. They think they found the creature that came out of Kane, the smaller version, of course. Bump into the cat, Jonesy.
Yep.
And then it's let go, and Yaphet Kotto and I think it's Sigourney Weaver in that scene are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why'd you let it go?" Why am I forgetting his name?
Harry Dean Stanton.
Gucci line. Oh, it was Gucci Vane? Let's go to Gucci line. The fuck, nigga? Yeah. Y'all niggas ain't got no dope. Y'all niggas is some fake pussies. Some fake ass pussies. And I'm a boss. You talking to a boss. A fucking boss. Nigga, you can't eat finger food sandwiches like a boss. Nigga, I huff, puff, and suck 'em up, boss.
I'm playing back.
I'll never not enjoy that shit.
Baby lunch.
Motherfucker just trying to do whatever he wants to do.
Can you hook your PlayStation up to the computer and play on the computer? Because then you'd be able to stream it easily.
I tried that yesterday. I'm gonna have to try something else.
I'm talking about like, if you like physically tried to hook it up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Get down.
Yeah, whoops.
Do we not have any hot sauce?
I thought we did. No?
Oh, we did too. Oh, there it is. I was about to say. Man, I took a good nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I thought it was Monday.
I think that's what it is. about time. I'm gonna find some stuff to play for the stream while I eat. Know what I mean?
Now this is my big bro Tizo's beat, so I can't claim this.
It's so embarrassing. Just like looking back at it, but I mean, it ain't, but it is. Alright, let's take it off. Oh man, I think we should put it back on.
There you go. Now I just see you.
Nah, I gotta put it back on. It's fucking disgusting.
No, don't do the meatball thing.
Oh my god. So
Yeah, gasoline flow. These niggas trying to siphon, pipe in your girl mouth, but she can't even take
What?
it, and they call me an Oreo. Probably cause I'm light skinned, but I'll take any nigga hoe, whichever color skin. She begging me to stick it in, I can barely fit it in. You want a bullshit nigga? Fine, I'll fuck your girl then. Let me tell you nigga, she ain't no slouch. We at your house. She bent over the couch. I call up Big Broski, tell him come and meet me. We and your freak. I call it a 3P. Your bitch loving pizza toppings, 3 different kind of meat. Got bathroom nasty, fellation me on the toilet seat. I call that a dirty D. Swallow seed, yes indeed. You fucking with NT? I'll read your eulogy. God rest in peace. These niggas so greasy. You got something to say? It ain't hard to find me. It's probably easier to find some pine. And by design, I'm feeling so much better than fine. Cloud9, nigga.
Get it on record. Alright. Probably ain't gonna put this on YouTube, so I guess it's just for fun. I wanted to see if I could do first few beats that my brother gave me, like in succession or whatever. So let's try. Just for you, away and your crew. I got good aim, dude, I can make over that dude. I turn your brains into some friggin' pigeon food. Trying to tell you Susie Q's the kids velvet smooth. Some trying to diss, but they ain't speaking no truth. You're talking reckless, get dragged out the fucking booth. Your fans screaming, oh no, look another tooth. I spark that flame, then I see a dame. Nah man, I already played that game. It's always the same, but I still can't abstain. Don't try David Blaine. You think that's insane? I plow through the lanes, sex the pretty dames. You ate a dick for fame. I refuse to be the same. Don't tell me, nigga, I ain't one of the tames. No Roger Rabbit, nigga, I ain't one to be framed. You fucking with a bad nigga, you thought you wouldn't get memes. Your girl on a nigga, and we both know she came. You confront her, and she ain't got no shame. That long dick to blame, she'll never be the same. Coming for the cash, just wait and see. You headed for a crash if you ever fuck with me. I'm reaching for my stash. You'll never find better trees, better seeds, better keys, better fees, better seeds. Flying higher than you've ever dreamed of reaching. Y'all just gasping for air, y'all thinking I'm fleeing. No trace left behind for detecting. Now I'm directing a threesome on my cock. Now it's erecting. Now we're sexing. Hard dick, make a shout. My nigga steady peeping till I make him get out. She started queefing, yeah, then she squirted out. Nigga, that's what I'm about. She so wet she can end the drought. I make her twist and shout. Then she get pissed and pout when I say I'm out. Yeah, cause I'm out. I'm hitting the hotel with a fine fox. She like to gargle and spit like mouthwash. I'm looking for a salad to toss. Keep it moving, bruh. You ain't the one you think you wanna cross. Rolling like a boss. Hole in your thoughts. You know your boys already been bought. You look around and realize you're surrounded. You call. That nigga try to run, but he never really fought. Cloud9, you know how we do. More figures, more triggers, more siggers, more niggas fill up your house. Dark figures, yeah, new band of waving niggas, yeah. I hate this one again. And you might hate it, but your bitch love it. What's that on the tit? CR bold print. She think I'm heaven sent. She call it 7-Eleven dick. I fuck her good, nigga. Yeah, then I leave a bit. She pass out. Can't take no more of it. I guess mine. Then you know I fucking dip. I hit a switch in my ride and do a backflip. Bring her back to the crib, yeah. Then I rub a clip. She feels it. Can't believe the size of it. She clueless. She don't know what to do with it. Now she standing, nigga, cause you know she can't sit. Niggas got claws, better believe they'll latch on quick. But I got tools like a hammer to a tick. I got 6 courses and you looking like a picnic. To be honest, man, you make me fucking sick. That shit worked out good. I keep it 100, up in this bitch. Never unprepared, ready to spray shit. Nigga, I bitch 300, it's nothing to do with AK lift. Leave him on the concrete bloody, yeah, fucking stiff. Then I light up the spliff. I can't get caught all up in this fucking riff. Raph, if I was a Ninja Turtle, I'd be Raph. No laugh, straight to slapped him, left him in a cabbage patch. Too fast for the city, cops to catch. Little homie's a savage, just looking for that badge, the habitat. And I gotta say, it's looking mighty fat. Never stop, not even on the Sabbath. Take a bath, a blood bath. Ruby sticks, red fags. All I see is white flags. I told you couldn't stop them. You lucky surrender is still a option. Man. Come on. You never find Iron Man a fucking suit. Probably white beat, black pants and some fucking boots. Probably on full zoot, looking for that coupe. Nah, Adam and Eve, that forbidden fruit. Take a hit in, let it fill your lungs. Baby, take a little in, now I can feel your guns. You don't want it here, bro. I knock your ass out like Anderson Silva. The spider, yeah, I'm looking for my lighter. Can anybody find it? Hit the light, it gleams off of my watch, now I'm blinded. Ho see me step out the whip and now they look excited. Police arrest me, say a mob's what I incited. Stop playing the cops, will never fucking find me. I flew out on Friday, getting miles away. Smoking pounds a day, nothing left to say. When we coming with that K, it'll be the end of your day, hey? Well, I like that shit, bro. I need to put another verse on this. Nope, we're gonna have to skip one. There's no way. I gotta write for this. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I can't, no, I'm sorry. I can't attack that yet. DK. Yeah, I feel like DK on this bitch. Killing a nigga like you, now that's a cinch. The doctor says there ain't no time to stitch. Just leave that nigga's fucking body in a ditch. Yeah, I'd love to go chimp, leave the sloths, hit the canopy, but hood niggas got a good grip, they wanna bury me. Forget it, T, but forget it, man. I fucked up. I'm done, man. I can't let it keep going, man.
bullshit, a little freestyle. Oh, who's that? That calling? I'm editing that sex tape and it sure was daunting. Visions of your girl, nigga, I didn't leave it longing. But for you, I can understand if it's haunting, prompting our altercation. This nigga always acting ultra brazen. Best rapper on earth, poses as much threat to me as the earth's smartest raisin. Raising, ascending. Are you comprehending the telepathic messages that I'm sending? Cause time is now bending and it ain't about what you're spending, it's about what you lending. If you ain't giving banks loans, you just pretending. You know what I mean? They call me Tommy cause I'm constantly covered in green. And I'm a vicious nigga like Wolverine. I slaughter you and your entire team. Diamonds, Aquaman, blue, or aquamarine. Tony Stark's thinking like a playboy but strapped like a marine. And how can you compare with shit that you ain't never seen? But all industry niggas Siamese wanna be cheese. Try these superhuman clown 9 beasts and you gon' rue the day you ever slipped out some cheeks, nigga. And I'll tell you once, I don't wanna squeeze the trigger, so just get the fuck up out of here, man. Before I gotta go spend a couple grand on these new guns, cause I gotta get rid of these. Spraying at them fake G's and police. They all in the streets, but at the end, they gon' be deceased. And that'll be for eternity. Just me and G.O.D. And the rest of y'all that believe, but the rest, F-E-C-A-L, fecal. I told him I'd catch it sooner or later. Rest of the Revelator. Just flex. Flexing super hard. When you spitting super bars. Nigga, we living super large. I got super pause. But alright, just let this man flex. T. Arnold, I'm like Lou Ferrigno. No warm-ups, but I'll stretch for that thing though. You blushing pink, kinda similar to a flamingo. That Russian stink aroma make you lean in your seat slow. Lone wolf attitude, but don't sleep on my team though. Nigga, I got metaphors, but I don't seem to need them though. At USF, benching 300, squat about 6, then go and blow 2 O's. Live on through the music, nigga, it's never over. Every brother on the cloud is a ruthless soldier, shining in the sky like 5 supernovas. Brand new formulas, nigga, I let you keep those leftovers. Mainstream fans dwindling, they done left over. Point that thing, and I can separate breast and shoulder. A thermometer will show you I couldn't be no colder, even if I was living somewhere polar. Man, let's just burn some ounces of that Doja. I shouldn't have to spell shit out. I ain't Robert Loggia. And if you get that, you watch too much Family Guy. Too Fast and Too Furious, that's what made Brian die. Too much TV, that'll make your brain fry. Man, I shouldn't have to explain why. Just go and do your research, or you will be Hearst. Cloud 9. I&E, Russell Revelator, signing off. Stay free, stay safe, stay on. This is Cloud 9. I&E on all the time. Girl just wanna job. Bitch, I'm moving blocks, so why you wanna check my socks? I could get them braids, but I was thinking I might try locks. Stun on all them cops, shake 'em while y'all watch. Big ups to my pop, yeah, he took that fucking shock, then came back to life like where my beard popped that top. No wonder we solid as a Kryptonian rock. Bet on C9, better known as a lock. Me and your lady at the rest stop, legs tangle, scorpion deathlock. After a headshot, bury you under the bedrock. Burn some black bush, now we screaming red rocks. Mars bitches, outer space pimpin'. Yeah, I'm aiming at you, man. But the boss can wait till I dispose of the henchmen. Just one independent group, but now we the linchpin. You run in this Cloud9 zone, I'll lay you out like Lynch did. You niggas gossiping over there on that bitch shit. All we talk about on the cloud, niggas getting rich quick. Flexing so hard that a nigga about to bust a vein. Only real niggas in my circle, I can't trust a lame. Riches in my pocket, cause I'm real about my hustle game. Bitches that don't know me, looking at me like, what's your name? This shit new to you, but to me, it ain't nothing strange. Bitches see the difference and they know that we are not the same. Soon as one left, you can bet that another came. Keep it 100, motherfucker, I could never change. Dun, 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 dun. So we coming through, man. We doing our thing. You getting our way, we gonna go blame. But that's only if you over here trying to take our shit. But I love y'all. Stay free, stay safe, stay armed. I hope you and your people are never harmed. It's Russell the Revelator, INE, KB, Caleb Russell. Just letting y'all know. Protect yourselves, protect your loved ones, do what you must. And if the government has a problem, then we gon' bust. Y'all, peace out. Stay safe. Yeah, let the beat ride. Cloud9, nigga, you already know it's fire. What I said, let's act shine. Alright, bruh, now this track mine. I don't know what it is about the shit, but it got me kinda loose, and my nigga that kinda fits. Sounds kinda dumb, I know, don't really go, it's kinda oxymoronical, but it goes so sweet on the motherfucking beat. You hear the snares and hi-hats going, then you gon' retreat. Cause Cloud9 niggas, man, we done took the seat on the throne, and a nigga knows a nigga gotta eat, we gotta fleece all the citizens in public, other little belongings, man, you know I just say fuck it. How you a king with a Cub Scout budget? MC Hammer couldn't touch us, this MC Hammer bust clips. Shit, I can knock the dust off a bitch, so you might just wanna shut that lip. Before this Florida nigga flip, and you end up in Cali when my eagle fucking rip. It's the Revelator, man. I don't know what to say other than my girl inspired this whole intro, like the first 8 bars, something like that. She was joking. She was like, I don't know, one of the girls at my work said she was gonna get her boyfriend to have sex with her because she was on her period, and that would like lessen the cramps or something like that. And like, we were driving home, right, from after I had picked her up from work, and like I was just freestyling, and I said some shit that was kind of funny. So like, I was just like, fuck it, like, I'll rewrite it and see what happens. And this is, this is what happened. Cloud9 classic, in my opinion. Real. A nigga stay high like a nigga rapper's face. Old lady came through, she say she planned today. She in Hampton's place and she don't wanna hamper my stay, but she really need me to take her cramps away. She say, man, I'm really ragging. A nigga like Red just burst out laughing. Fantastic. Red wings ain't bad dreams, but I'm smashing. Especially when it's cool to splash in. Baby, would you roll mine with little hash in? Straight blasted, smoking gas shit. Bitch, this the rocket fuel. You can meal to dodge ridicule. Uniform rappers, nigga, we are rid of you. We pay dues, so now we get residuals. Females, bitches, and hoes, the kind you misuse. Home, FLA. Oh, how I missed you. It smells of rich mahogany. A nice accent to my misogyny. Hoes be all on me, but it's my job, baby. She saying, Rev, why your song hurting me? Putting me in a glass box of emotion like Ron Burgundy. They stealing the niggas' bars and flow. I'm telling you, it's straight burglary. Birds? Nah, it's just a word to me. Verbs are plenty. Nouns and adjectives too. Sex where the jet flying to. Straight through to Lebanon. Beirut. Baby, I'm sure you can get one niggas to pay you. But me and them, we ain't the same dudes. 900%. We done raised the proof. Calling out the bitches, I'm a homer like Beirut. Yeah, and that's how I do. Pointing at him like, come here, boo. And then you already know what she gon' do. Whatever Cloud9 niggas tell her to do. Chill. It's Cloud9 Revelator. Just another freestyle that I rewrote real quick. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I got a train and a plane going by at the same time. But alright. And if you wonder why I'm in the car, it's just because the audio sounds a little better to me in the car as compared to the audio coming from my TV. So, until I get the studio completely where I want and high quality where it needs to be, I'm just going to do whatever and just continue to put my verses out, however. So, yeah, this will be it for a little while. In the club, loose zoning. In the club, my nigga, loose zoning. Bitches be all up on me like Bruce Bowen, defending a nigga. She be with a nigga and still got a nerve to point a motherfucking finger at a nigga. You playing, turn me on, baby. They might say I'm crazy, but that shit don't really faze me. It won't really matter when them things start clapping. Niggas wanna know on the wrong side, asking what happened. But you think we just rapping. Nah, I'm Space Ghost, you Zorak. I'm blasting, zapping, and then I'm laughing. Giorgio to the bank, niggas, I got that money I'm stashing. I know y'all don't get it, those obscure references. I don't know, nigga. The sentence is whatever I want it to be. You niggas looking at me, and I be like, is there something you see that you like? If there is, and if that's how it be, then write this down, nigga. I ain't into homosexuality. Nah, man, that ain't my style, boss. I'm never speaking on some shit that's false, unless I'm exposing it and airing it out. I was too real to be a Boy Scout. Nigga, they kicked me out just for showing those are the kids what that tree bout. I said it's Cloud 9, and we got the rebound, and we gon' slam it now and break the rim, bring the fucking glass down. Stay free, stay safe, stay armed. Verizon's here to give me my Wi-Fi.
Alright, I don't know if the game is glitching or what, but yo, I don't know if you could tell, but 3 of the same exact niggas just popped up next to Shadowmere, just clones. Louis Latresh. All 3 of them. Need something? I'm about to kill all 3 of these motherfuckers. Damn.
Revelator, Cloud 9, comic book lifestyle. I don't know, it's a freestyle. Cloud 9, comic book lifestyle. Nigga, Iron Man. You know, it's time to get wild. Cause we just living out our lives. You know, it's comic book lifestyle. Alright, time to get wild. Cloud 9, comic book lifestyle. Smoking loud, stay in a high cycle. Stop, I'd rather get a hand job from Scyther or a BJ from Molina. Nigga, let's go to Siesta Hikokina. Dro Stinker, past that. I don't care if the cops seen you. Nigga, I'm a genius. Mentally, you just a fetus. You Mount Everest high, that's a mile beneath us. You Superman, I'm a doomsday creature. Yeah, beat you with a 16 feature. Or catch you in the street, bruh. I ain't talking brooms when I say I'm gonna sweep up your Justice League. It's done. Except for that green one. He my nigga, one thing we always agreed on. Manhunter is the last one that I would sleep on. More powers than Kent, you Aerosmith better dream on. On that Martian cloud pack. I smoke a blunt of it on Earth, they saying aloud back. Second hand got niggas looking down on Shaq. Feeling like they just beamed down with Shaq. This Cloud 9 Jack. And I got 2 words for anybody who ain't down with that. Fuck it, I ain't write this. And I ain't doing this for anybody but me, bitch. And if you feel it, cool, do your thing, nig. If not, why listen and critique Slim? I'm Iron Man, yeah, I just completed him. You just a nigga in the ocean with concrete Timbs. Let me light that, let me lighten your load, cut off them limbs. You scrimped too much time going to the gym. I was in that planet, now look at him. I'm getting to them Benjamins. I got this one, bro. Rev. They say I'm a square and I'll never be a Hall of Famer. But if I'm a square, that means I'm coming with the right angles. Niggas just don't understand. I'm like Kurt Angle. Yeah, I got some head, but a nigga real bang. Hit you with that motherfucking Olympic slam. That's the niggas, man. They know who I am. Out to make my grands and please my fans. Lost my AdSense account, but that don't affect my plans. Up on the 9th cloud that never lands. I'm up in the game, nigga. Don't criticize from the stands. Think I'm Django, bitches hypnotized in a trance. I'm the Black Knight. They always wanna feel the niggas' lands. Writer, director, producer. I wear a lot of hats, but don't get caught up in materialistic traps. No loafers and no flats. sit, not on the throne of my lord. Can't fuck with even my lord, with my miss, with my legends. Shit, got you niggas stressing and sweating, talking about how he said that. I don't know, nigga, I'm a different kind of cat. I'm a strange cat, Dr. Strange, yeah. Knock a bitch's brains back into a motherfucking skull. Then that bitch will come back and she'll be full of intellect and soul. All I know is I got goals, and they much bigger than rap, nigga. You making crap figures and that figures, cause you trap niggas are a dime a dozen. Too many clowns frontin', the man goes down. Cousin Jeezy was original, the next 30 niggas wasn't. Me, I'm not like y'all, I ain't frontin', trying to tell lies about what I done did. Nah, nigga, cloud nine, bitch, all day. Never touched a wife, but we might touch a wife. Psych, but that's the kind of shit they would say. This the FLA, new dames move down every day. Perfect timing, let the beat fade away. How you doing out there? It's Irony for Cloud9 ENT. And that's not entertainment, that's enterprises. But I'm actually in the process of uploading one of my weekly news type videos, and we're doing it this week on Snowden, but I've been behind as fuck, so I figured I'd go ahead and do this one too, because the verdict just came in last night about the whole George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin incident. Basically, the way I feel about it is, I can see, the defense for letting him go. I can see it. But at the same time, if I'm a juror, it would have been a long night, I guess. Because, to me, anytime an adult shoots a minor,
minor is unarmed, in my opinion, you gotta do some time, especially if it's one-on-one and it's, you know, you chasing him. You know what I mean?
Dude's down. And he's like, well, it's a cat. And then they're like, yeah, but now that you haven't caught it, we'll fucking come over it again on the scanner, idiot. And that's the kind of mistake I can believe, where you're like, why would we capture the cat? It's a cat. And it's like, because we don't want to fucking bump into it again. And they're like, oh shit. And then they go get the cat, idiot. And so he goes off and gets the cat alone and then gets killed by the actual alien. That to me is way better than, for example, this is a big button that kills everybody. Don't press it. Then they go, dude, press it. You're like, fuck. Just, there's a difference, you know. Like, it wouldn't be binary of stupid and smart. It would be how you justify everything. Anyway, it's mentioned that if they get caught, it'll ruin their chances of ever getting a travel permit. And I thought that was quite funny. It's like, yeah, you probably won't be able to travel. You'll probably be in prison for like breaking it.
You'll probably just disappear.
Yeah, I would have thought the worry would be less. Oh no, we'll not be able to leave the planet more.
We're gonna lose our passports.
Yeah. And by the way, that doesn't
not even gonna get a raise.
That doesn't get properly addressed either. She says that, and then it's the British one that no one can understand. I'm a bit of a British whisperer, so I could tell some of the stuff he was saying. But he says, "Well, rain's not coming," and it's like what he said is, "Well, rain is not coming," because she's clearly worried about losing her travel permit. But I was like, well, but wait, can't you address that? Are you guys not worried at all about getting caught, even though that's incredibly likely? Like, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Why wouldn't this be built into your plan? How do you plan on not getting caught? You should tell that to the person you're trying to get in on the plan. All right, hey Rain, we got this idea all set out. He's a general premise. We're going to be using this, and we're going to be using these old codes. So if they do find us, they won't know it's us. We've got these fake passport or these fake employee IDs made. So if they try to scan it from a distance, they'll think we're someone else. Like we got these from some people who died in the mines, but we didn't tell them they were dead.
We've got a code for
oh
our
yeah,
ship that'll pass.
we got
we got an old.
we took some
fucking Star Wars style.
Yeah, some people who died in the mines because everyone's just fucking dying of space cancer left and right. We didn't tell the company that they died. The company still thinks they're alive. We're going to use their IDs. So if they scan it, they'll think that it's them and they're dead anyway.
Would
Things
appreciate
like this.
all stuff like that, but you don't do a single thing. They're just like, whatever.
I
Okay.
just thought about. I just thought of that on the top of my head, which is like, man, y'all could have done something with all your many millions and all the time you spent writing this. It's like, come on.
Instead, they seem to be operating under the assumption that they're the only ones who've noticed the giant spaceship outside the planet, so it doesn't really matter because no one else knows it's there.
Did they explain why they have access to a spaceship that can get into orbit?
Do you mean, well, because their big old key is going to be Andy. That's what the scene tries to argue. That's the reason why our team here is special compared to any others, because they have a synthetic that can access everything. Of course, that creates problems, though.
Yeah, because you could just like it's a mining. I mean, it's like a Dead Space. Like most of the weapons you use are mining tools. Like if you're on a mining colony in the future, like what you think a little bulkhead's going to stop someone from getting into the ship? They'll just cut it open with all of their mining
Arguably,
equipment.
that space station is it would be under exaggerating it to say it's a gold mine for any scavengers whatsoever. That would be incredible, the amount of things you could get from there if you can get a way in. Which, let's be honest, if you're a fucking scavenger of spaceships in this world, you will have a way into that doesn't involve having to get a synthetic or whatever. There would be hackers.
We
there
could
would
do it
be,
with our technology.
Yeah, there would be ways to cut into the ships and shit. So, like, it's very unsatisfying to be like, well, we're the only ones that'll be doing this because we have the synthetic. It's like, no.
The only one. You have the synthetic. The only one that they made. Okay, interesting. Fair enough.
Well, then, of course,
no more questions.
you don't know that he can get in. For sure. You don't know
It's
that
a huge risk. It's a
synthetics
gamble.
might have serial numbers or codes that get disabled.
Ignorance.
You don't know.
Why won't they run a test here? It's like, hey, we've got some of these other systems. We're gonna see if he can open these systems to give us an idea if he can get to the one up there.
We even see later in the movie that even though he can communicate with Mother, so to speak, he can't open certain parts of the ship. So there's no reason to necessarily think he could get in at all.
He could get in. But
The funny thing is, had they been at the entrance, he puts his finger in and goes, you'd just be like, all right, heading home, everyone. That was that. Like, good job. There's no reason to think that would happen.
We got a plan B. Yeah, they could say we got a plan B. It's dangerous. We hope we don't have to use it, but we do have a plan B just in case. So you can still have a bit of attention involved.
As we can see, they didn't have a plan B. It was just, hopefully this works. And if it didn't, which it may well not have, because as Cap pointed out, he can't open every door. So yeah, like what kind of plan is this?
A crappy one made by idiots. I was reliably told, by the way, this film was much smarter than the other sort of group of idiot teenagers getting themselves killed. We haven't even gotten to the parts of the film that people think is retarded. Because already unimpressed, with all of this. It seems very they're desperately just trying to get to their main premise of we want a bunch of people on a derelict ship which has got spooky atmosphere, and it's like they worked a little harder, but okay, I guess. And then of course we've talked about it earlier, but just why would Weyland-Yutani toss something like that when it's literally like tossing out keys to your space stations you in the garbage that anyone could pick up? That's not you wouldn't do it like that. So no. Ignoring all of that, it makes complete sense, I think, right?
True, as long as you don't think about those things, there's a certain sense to it,
And it's funny, she says, like, I'm not gonna let you use my brother that way, and then the British guy is like, he ain't your brother though, is he? He's just trash, innit? Trash Wayland, it's still in it, let it go. And then the other guy is like, stop it, don't say that, man. And it's like, just
because why are you making her upset? We need her for the plan. Stop pissing her off, you dipshit.
That's the thing though, Rice. He's the dipshit character. He just gets to say and do all the stupidest shit in the movie, and they're justified because he's the fucking dumbass. He's the dumbass British guy, the chav.
He's got the accent that smart people don't have. I guess they think
it is the equivalent. It's the hillbilly of Britain. That's what that accent
Yeah, I couldn't
is.
understand half of it.
Oh shoot, he's one of them there synthetic organisms.
He ain't your brother.
Like
He ain't
me
a
or
person.
Billy.
You can toss him right out of the garbage.
You think you're better than me?
And then it's also
These synthetics are taking our gerbs.
Taking our gerbs.
with knowledge we have from the future, it feels odd watching some of these scenes knowing that she doesn't intend to take him with her. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to treat my brother this way. It's like, you're going to abandon him. I don't know. You know, it's just like, okie dokie. I guess the film has some awareness of it. They try to point out at certain points she's a little hypocritical on it, but I just feel like that's a little too far not to have it addressed by her. Like, how can she feel comfortable with all of that? Just, I'm going to abandon you, but I will protect you. Like, okay. By the way, Critical Drinker just sent me a text saying Romulus is fucking retarded. I'm just amused. I guess he just saw it.
Just look at just because something is full of retards and doesn't make sense doesn't mean it's retarded.
So she storms out of their little meeting and stands outside, and then Tyler, I think is his name, comes out and says, "Rain, I don't want us to end up like our parents." And then the film very cleverly shows us a shot of miners walking into a mine with their canary, and it's a bird in a cage.
That's her.
It's a
Baller.
bird
It's
in a
her.
cage.
That's her. Baller. That's her.
Symbolism.
She is the bird. Baller.
She's in a
Shit. I'm about to take a nap in this bitch. Is that Bob Ross?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like, and again, like I put myself in Trayvon's shoes. Okay, if it's me and I'm walking down the street and I'm 6'2" like I am, and you know, with the hoodie on and it's dark and it's raining, and I'm walking to the store or whatever, and I see, you know, like a volunteer sheriff or one of these neighborhood watch people following me. Like, more than likely what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, excuse me, you got an issue? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm going to the store, motherfucker. Call the police. But at the same time, when I was a younger kid, like I could definitely see myself just being like, you know, not knowing who it is, you know, and not knowing what it is or what's going on, and just seeing a stranger following you, and you're by yourself, so you do the only thing that you know to do, which is lead them somewhere where you can get first and hide for a little while and ambush them. That's basically the only thing that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Besides running for your life. But if you want to stand up for yourself and fucking face the fear and face the unknown assailant that's following you, then you need to, you know, do that smartly. And that was the smart way to do it. And so then I put myself in George Zimmerman's shoes. And I'm like, okay, I'm the head of the neighborhood watch, or whatever. I don't know if he was necessarily the head of it, but working the neighborhood watch or whatever. I got my concealed carry. You know, I'm driving down the street. I see a tall black kid, you know, walking around, kind of looking lost, like he's out of place, like, you know, something's just off maybe in your head about him. You call 911 and they tell you, do not pursue. Me being the person that I am, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I could be liable for some crap. So if the 911 operator told me not to pursue this person, there's nothing in me that's going to make me get out and do that. And that's exactly what Zimmerman did. So, like, once he deviated from just being neighborhood watch to being neighborhood vigilante, neighborhood dog the bounty hunter, neighborhood wannabe cop, he wasn't necessarily breaking the law. But at the same time, once you couple that with shooting and taking a life, at the end of this altercation, I think you got to be held responsible for it. Because it was your decisions that led to it happening and playing out.
Wow, I can still agree with that sentiment. At the same time, if you haven't pulled your weapon out and someone ambushes you and goes to try to grab your gun, you gotta assume that they're gonna hurt you, that they're gonna kill you with it. So you gotta let it loose. But shit, what am I 20 here?
Out that way. That's the way I look at it. But obviously the judge didn't see it that way. But again, like this, it's just a case that the media saw that, hey, this guy looks like he's white. You know what I'm saying? He has a white name, and he shot an underage black kid. We'll get everybody watching this on the media if we just pound it and keep pounding it and keep pounding it and keep pounding it. When the trial comes, we'll have ratings out the ass. And so that's how they do. That's how they get down for their money, because that's where they get their money, is their advertising. And 9
Interesting.
times out of 10, there's nothing on the news anybody wants to watch. So they have to take opportunities like the Jodi Arias trial, like the Casey Anthony trial, like this Zimmerman trial, like OJ's trial. They have to take opportunities like that to keep themselves, you know, afloat financially, I believe, you know, with the advertising dollars. Because if they
can't stay solvent without some murders and shit going on.
Can't find a reason to hook people, the internet is slowly but surely yanking viewers off of the news. So I think they need things like this, and they pick things like this, and they might not be trying to race bait or start a riot or anything like that, but it can damn sure escalate to that very quickly. But I mean, I read online, and I live here in Florida, so like it's another Florida case, just like Casey Anthony, and just like wasn't Jodi Arias? I think Jodi Arias was down here too, and then the Zimmerman thing. But another one that didn't get no publicity was a Florida resident, a black woman. She fired warning shots, and she got sentenced to 20 years in prison. Denied the standing your ground wall. You know what I mean? And I posted it on Facebook, and I said, now you tell me that complexion doesn't matter. When George Zimmerman literally pursued someone, shot them dead.
So I was still of that mindset, huh? Well, I gotta start somewhere.
And walks. And this black woman shot warning shots into the air. Didn't hurt nobody.
I'm skeptical now as to that case and whether she actually didn't hurt anybody, or if I had all the context there, because something doesn't add up there. 20 years for, unless you're a felon and weren't supposed to have a gun in the first place or something, but I don't know.
And she's sitting in there for 20 years. Another thing that I've noticed about the case is that all of my African American celebrities, from Will Smith to T.I., everybody that I can see is almost trying to escalate the situation. First thing T.I. got put, fuck George Zimmerman. I can understand, but is that going to help anything? Hell no. And the people that follow you aren't the brightest, okay? So don't start something stupid for no reason when really this kind of shit happens worse than that every single day. It's just that the media just decided to pick up this particular case for reasons that we all know. You know what I mean? But you don't look at the bigger picture. You just look at what's in front of you. You look at what's put in front of you. And I don't like that. And the right hand is doing something, watch the left hand. Same and vice versa. But like I said, they want to, like, they're like escalating the situation. And it's like, it's just not, this isn't Rodney King, you know what I mean? It's just not the same. Okay, you're talking about a mixed dude. Okay, a mixed dude, half Hispanic, I'm not exactly sure what kind, and half Caucasian, shooting an African American because he was a little gun happy. More than likely, that's what it was. Because, let's be honest, any 17-year-old you get a gun pointed in your face, you ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe that's what he did, was put the gun in his face, and that's why he got his ass beat. Fucking knocked the gun out of his hand and started beating his ass. And then in the scramble, George got the gun back and shot the kid. But if somebody puts a gun in your face that doesn't identify themselves as a police officer, you have every right to defend yourself and bust their fucking ass. And by the same token, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a community service person, watching out for the neighborhood, you don't need to be becoming a monster that you're trying to protect the neighborhood against. A murderer. Okay? So what do you do if somebody is stealing out the neighborhood? you can chase them down. You know what I'm saying? When they pop out of the bushes to ambush you, you give them a little ass whooping. But you let the kid live. You let them learn that lesson. You know what I mean? And Zimmerman did not do that. So people can see it any way they want to see it. The way I see it is,
Yo, what up, world? Cloud9. This the revelation. As always, here with you once again. This time I'm on something different. A little recommend some mangas I've been reading. Yeah, as I'm sure you noticed from the title, we're going over one of my favorite mangas that I've ever really come in contact with as far as things that aren't being promoted by the system. Tower of God. Yeah. So let's get into it, man. Fame. Glory. Power. Money. What do you want? Whatever you want. In your wildest dreams, it's possible when you reach the top of the Tower of God. Those lucky enough to be chosen by the tower ascend each floor in hopes of fulfilling their dreams. But to succeed, they must complete dangerous and deadly tests along the way. But there are others who can enter the structure on their own free will. These irregulars are feared by many and are said to leave chaos and change in their wake. 25th Bam is one such irregular who begins to climb the Tower of God in hopes of reuniting with his childhood friend Rachel. But as soon as he discovers this perilous path will put him in the crosshairs of fierce competitors, untrustworthy rivals, and terrifying monsters, and he might not make it out alive. But Tower of God, before it, I had never become invested in a webtoon manga. This Korean-based manhwa, as it were, difference in the languages, I guess, is illustrated beautifully in full color with art designs that are unique and original. Speaking of originality, you don't get much in the way of an explanation of the world other than what I just gave you, putting you squarely in the shoes of the protagonist who, in classic shonen fashion, doesn't know much of anything, really. You know how they are. They'll be a box of rocks, but they know how to fight. Or they don't know much of anything other than how to nut up when he's backed into a corner. But as I said before, the artwork is stunning, the world immersive, the dialogue from what I've seen is short and clever. Although it doesn't seem to me that Bam is the chosen one or that there's anything incredibly special about him other than his person.
Meet Waterpik Sensonic Complete Care. Now you can have the #1 recommended.
So yeah, we about to do this. Let's see what they gotta say about this thing.
Has it redeemed Snow White? Is it going to be like, yes? At D23, we were all treated to the first trailer for Snow White. And I know we were all excited to see it. And my eyes are still recovering from that. I had to wear these sunglasses to watch that trailer because it made Ghostbusters 2016 look like a Zack Snyder movie. It was possibly the most colorful thing I've ever seen in cinema, and not in a good way. And yeah, I guess I'm curious to hear what you guys thought about it. Has it redeemed Snow White? Is it going to make everyone want to go watch it now?
Do you want me to go into, do you want me to go into parody mode here? Because I can be like, yes, it's
whatever way you want to approach it, man. I don't mind.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm just shocked that they were only. I know it's supposed to be a teaser, but it seemed like there wasn't even enough for a teaser in the trailer. It felt like they just pieced together what little they could, and I would assume that that's mostly because of all the reshoots and re-edits and everything that they had to do, and they're probably still working on it.
I would imagine so, yeah, because it was delayed by a full year after the backlash against it, and wow.
Backlash. Like, why they would take all those jobs away from those poor dwarves, like, they get so few acting opportunities and then you're gonna take out 7 of them. Wow.
Wow, yeah. It's amazing that a star of a movie can. Well, it wasn't entirely Rachel Zegler's fault. Like, I think she was probably fed some really crap talking points from her PR people. But that combined with the leaked set photos, the whole like revamp for modern audiences angle, the fact that they don't even have dwarves in it anymore, apparently, although now they do mysteriously. Because they didn't want to offend Peter Dinklage.
I missed the baristas. I missed the magical baristas.
Well, yeah, I mean, even that probably looked better than these horrifying creations. It's like watching a bunch of rubber mannequins like waddling about the set. Like, it's so uncanny and weird to see them, especially to see them next to an actual human like Rachel Zegler. Like, it just, the contrast is so horrifically jarring. I don't even know what to make of it.
Yeah, and then is it just me, or does the whole thing, like, I don't want to say that it looks like it's covered in pee, so I'm gonna say it gently. It looks like it's like sepia toned for some reason. There's like this weird filter applied to the whole thing too, and I don't know if they were trying to make it feel more vintage so we wouldn't get the whole like modern audience thing, but I feel like we're way past that. There was nothing to me that looked adequate about this. I was losing my mind about the Lord Farquaad haircut. You know, I don't want to dislike Rachel Zegler. The haircut is not her fault, but somebody should have done something right there, because that was just terrible.
The whole thing, like, because I get the impression, like, that whole set that she was dancing in with dwarves, none of that was actually real. Like, none of that was physically in existence. It was all just her on a green screen. And I just thought, man, you could have just done this so much more easily if you just got a bunch of actual human dwarf actors to play these characters, done it on a real set that was actually physically there.
Yeah, with the money they're spending, they could build the house easily.
Yeah. Instead, you get this weird uncanny valley crap that it's like, you know, this actress trying to dance around a bunch of nothingness and make it seem like a real dance routine with real people, and like everything's composited in afterwards. It looks horrific. You know, the whole problem that they have with Gal Gadot is meant to be the evil, wicked stepmother who's jealous of Snow White's looks. I mean,
Snow White, no.
Well, remember, now they're trying to justify it and say that the evil queen, her whole thing is not fairest as in who's more beautiful, it's fairest as in who is more, like, fair. I'm
Moral?
gonna tell you right now, I'm slightly less problematic than the evil queen, and I don't give a shit who's more fair. I would be more worried that a mirror was telling me that Rachel Zegler's the better looking one. I might
must
set
have-
fire to a kingdom as well.
I must have missed this part. So what, they're actually doing fair as in like the moral quality. So like the evil queen is now.
They do love to change definitions of words, don't they?
Trying to be nicer than Snow White.
I don't. That's what I keep seeing on like Twitter and Reddit from the people that are defending it because they keep seeing that as a talking point, and they're like, no. What it means is like she's just. I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's an asshole and is aware of that.
Dude, that's just
but
funny, though.
I don't.
Like-
I don't know. Whatever.
The filmmakers were like, we're
as
gonna have
well-
to switch it to a moral qualities because no one's gonna believe that the mirror thinks that she's on the
Also, it's such a dumb thing because it's like, okay, I can understand in the original story, it's like, well, you can't change, like, you're born ugly or you're born beautiful. Like, not much you can do about that. Okay, so like, if you happen to be one way or the other and you're resentful of someone else, you want to take that from them, fine. But if you're resentful of someone who's just nicer than you, that's fully
Just don't be
within
an
your
ass.
bounds to like, yeah, you can fix that yourself. Like, that's not something you have to take from someone else. You can
Tried
just be a
so
nice
hard to be
person.
nice, but I'm just an asshole.
How do you steal
it's a
someone's
weird
moral
thing.
quality by murdering them for it? Like that seems a bit not really
well,
gonna work.
in
I'm gonna
theory, if a
kill you to
person is-
prove that I'm nicer. God damn it!
In theory, if a person's dead, they can't be nicer or less nice than you. They're just non-existent at that point.
That is kind of true. Yeah,
That's also true.
It's real 4D chess you got going on there.
It's a strange one. The problem is as well, right? That role is going to rely on Gal Gadot really bringing it as like the vampish sort of evil mother-in-law, and I love Gal Gadot. I really do. She seems like a lovely person, and damn, she's beautiful. But she does not have that acting ability to bring
Thank
a character
you.
like that.
Thank
Like,
you.
She
See,
is.
every time I say this on my channel, like the brigade of comments that think that I'm saying it because I'm not as pretty as her. I know the bitch is beautiful. She's the prettiest thing I've ever seen, but she cannot act. I mean,
No.
it's not the same thing. Every time somebody casts her in anything,
I cannot disagree. In Wonder Woman and Justice League, hello. Some of the reads are truly cringeworthy for an adult actress. Has she always been an actress? Fuck. You think she'd be better at it.
I think of the Kal-El no and that one line of her, and that's
The first one she comes to is the Kal-El, no!
I don't even know what movie it was. She was on a boat and like pouring champagne or some shit, and it was
Arrow.
just she's not a good actress. So when you look at somebody, I made the comparison in my video, like Angelina Jolie is Maleficent. I
Yeah.
think those are not particularly spectacular movies, but I think that she was great in that role in the first one, especially. She was super intense. Gal Gadot cannot do that as the evil queen in this movie. I mean, she's playing against garbage, but also like, come on, I'm sorry, it's not there.
No, she can, and I think what was the movie? It was like the one she was in with Ryan Reynolds and The
Red.
Rock. Red Notice, yeah,
Yeah, Red Notice.
where she
Yeah.
had
A bit of a waste of a film, to be honest. I just was not into that at all. Did you see Red Notice? Did you see Red Notice?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's an action movie and whatnot, but not great.
to play that sort of femme fatale character, and she just didn't have it in her. And I think maybe Wonder Woman sort of fooled a lot of people into thinking that she could act and carry a film. And it's like, no, I think she was kind of just playing herself in that, like just a nice person.
She had plenty of bad moments for acting in Wonder Woman. I think people liked the movie enough to ignore it. She had a lot more flavor back then. She doesn't anymore. She's completely lost it. Most people agree she's a bad actress now.
Yeah, and so I think this movie's probably going to expose that, because she's going to have to play against type. She's going to have to play the villain, which she's never really done before, and I think that's not going to work for her.
I don't know if it was just for the trailer or if it's going to be for the whole movie, but it almost didn't sound like it was her voice, or it was like
that didn't sound like her voice. No,
It didn't sound like her.
I'm
either.
wondering if they're going to they realize that and they're just going to completely voice her over, because that would be very interesting.
She's got, I don't know how to describe it. She's got a slightly crackly sort of voice in real life, which is fine. But it's like, if there's any kind of moments where she has to project a kind of gravitas, she's going to struggle to do it. And God help her if she has to sing. Like, that's...
It's mostly because she's always trying to push against her Israeli accent. She's always trying to fight that accent. And they compensated for it in Wonder Woman by making everybody else use the same accent.
Pretty much.
That was so fucking funny. It's like, it's easier to make the entire cast speak like Israelis than make Gal Gadot speak like anyone else.
But now they can't do that. They have no reason to do that. So I would not be shocked if they're digitally trying to remove her accent, which would be extremely strange.
What if they dubbed her? They just straight up overdubbed her. That could be a thing. I don't know. I was curious as well. Like this kind of made me laugh because they leaked some of the performance for Whistle While You Work onto social media, right? And so some helpful soul compared it to the original song. And so, yeah, I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. Like in the original context of the song, like Snow White gets taken in by the dwarves and she repays their kindness by cleaning up their home for them. You know, like she uses her fucking animal friends somehow to help do it. And it's like it's a reciprocal thing. You know, they took her in, they gave her shelter and protected her, and so she wants to do something to help them out. In the new version, however, we have a different take on that, where she forces them to clean up their own home after they've been busy, like, working in the mines all day and literally saving her life. It's like, hey, I've got an extra fucking job for you. You're cleaning up your house now. So I'm just going to play it, actually. Just let it speak for itself.
And you wash the dishes.
Now you wash the dishes.
You tidy up the room.
You tidy up the room.
You clean the fireplace.
You clean those cobwebs.
And I'll use the broom.
And he'll use the broom.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to put this into context. Like, imagine if you saved a person's life, right? Brought them back to your home, and it's like, okay, you can recuperate here until we figure out what to do. And then they just fucking throw a broom at you and say, like, right, start cleaning, bitch.
You call this a place to rescue someone? Clean this shit.
Yeah. It's obviously, like, it's a perfect distillation of redoing a story for modern audiences, and it's purely driven by this idea of, like, you can't possibly show a woman doing any sort of domestic chores. Like, that's not allowed. That'd be wrong.
To have someone in that fucking board meeting when they say minorities, just go, but why maybe we just don't. Maybe we just do it for old people. Let's try that for once. Let's try it.
Or maybe,
they're like,
or maybe we recognize in this context she's just trying to do them a favor because they helped her. She's helping them. It's okay. It doesn't mean like all women everywhere have to just fucking confine themselves to a house and be constantly cleaning things. It just means this one character is doing this thing in this story, and it's okay.
But like, it's been ages since I've seen the original, but isn't that supposed to be the moral of the story, which is that the queen is ultimately vain and she is obsessed with beauty, but actually the thing that takes Snow White far in life is that she doesn't regard beauty, but she is kind. She does things for other people. That's what makes her a worthy character. How have we swapped being kind is more important than being beautiful for it's fine if the slaves are happy? Like, that's not... That's not a good replacement.
No, but because now their interpretation of being just and fair is being a leader. Because that's what they talk like. That's what Rachel Zegler talked about in the original interviews constantly. How she's powerful. She's a leader. She's coming into her power. She's got authority over people. And that's what she does here. She tells the dwarves what to do. She organizes them to like do their own tasks, essentially. So she delegates work to them. That's what makes her a good person, apparently, ordering people around.
But that's what I think is so outrageous about this shit. Because look, I mean, speaking as the one on the panel that has lady parts, even though apparently that wouldn't qualify me as a woman in today's year, but
You can
have
still get
grown
knocked
up-
out by a man in the Olympics if you want to go in for boxing.
apparently, right? But honestly, looking at these things, okay, I wasn't really like a big Disney princess kid growing up. I was like a SpongeBob person, so that should go show you why I am the way that I am. But my point is that the whole point of Snow White and these Disney princesses and the moral lessons, right? Because there are moral lessons in these stories. Sure, will we have to see a woman, a girl, cleaning, right? Oh my God, how dare you? But the whole fucking point is not the action of cleaning as something as offensive. It is a reciprocation of kindness. It is you scratched my back, you let me into your house. So you know what? Let me do you a favor. You guys were out mining. Let me help you out and do something nice for you. We're not going to put her in a hairnet and have a dwarf come and whip her. It's not some terrible thing that she's doing or being subjected to. It is something kind. And so, in my opinion, kindness does not outweigh leadership or independence. You can be both. You can be a strong, independent woman who maybe in a later sequence, I don't know, shows the dwarf how to clean his own fucking pot. But you know what? This one time, let me help you out. I'll do it for you. You know, and it's this thing where reciprocity no longer exists. The lesson for women and girls now is that you need to literally step on everybody around you, or you are not worthy as a woman. You are not comfortable in your own power. You know, there doesn't need to be any love in your life. There doesn't need to be reciprocity to somebody who might be a male. And it's insane to me. These are not the lessons we need to teach people, because that just creates narcissistic assholes who don't appreciate anything around them. These stories exist for a reason. And making them for modern audiences, if this is what you're doing, if the modern audience is we're going to have this chick shove a broom into somebody's hand after they've just helped her, then what you're telling me is that the modern audience is a narcissistic asshole who doesn't feel the need to scratch anybody's back or repay a favor. And it's insane, regardless of gender. It shouldn't be like that.
No, I agree, and I think there's something actually quite powerful about taking a character like Snow White, who is a princess, a person who's born into a position of immense privilege, who probably would never normally have to clean or cook or do anything really for herself. In the original story, to lower herself, I guess, to that level of sweeping up and cleaning a house, like a very basic place, and doing that manual work because she is a good person and she wants to reciprocate the kindness, like you say, that people have shown her. That is a very strong character trait of a person who doesn't have ego, and who doesn't see themselves as above a task like that. That is a person who's willing to pitch in and do day-to-day work, even though it's not what they're born into. Whereas, this new version just reinforces that idea of like, well, I'm better than that sort of thing, and I don't need to do that. And you, poor person, you can do it for me because I'm going to give you the. Like that is a shit lesson to teach people. That doesn't ring true with the human condition whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched Snow White
Drop.
semi recently, actually, with Rags and Friggy. We were quite struck by how charming and like it's such a neat movie, especially considering how fucking old it is. So this thing that they make in, man, I don't want it. I don't want it.
You know what's something?
And to me, it's just irritating. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's gonna slightly switch the topic. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just going to add that to me, it's inherently irritating and super hypocritical. I don't know how many of y'all have seen Rachel Zegler's Instagram and Twitter. I don't know if she's still with this person, but she's continuously posting about the love and support from a man that she is in a relationship with, and yet she so boldly says this person doesn't need to be saved by the prince. Her co-star could have his scenes cut at any time. And I'm like, that's really fucking gross, because I'm sure if it was the other way
Yeah.
around, everybody would throw a tantrum. You shouldn't say that about somebody who is a fellow artist with you. What the hell is your problem with this princess potentially having a romantic relationship? Don't you have one that you benefit from? Like, goddamn.
Borderlands. It is out. It's been out for almost a week now, and what an experience it was. I mean, just in terms of box office revenue, this film has raked in a grand total of $14.9 million against a budget of $120 million. That is on track to be one of the biggest box office disasters in cinema history.
Exactly what it deserves.
Couldn't have happened to a better movie.
I mean,
deserving, very deserving.
I think we kind of all knew it was going to be bad. Like, the trailer was horrendous. Nobody was enthusiastic about it. Like, the geriatric cast wasn't really selling anyone on it. And the fact that it was released into the August dumping ground is just further proof that, like, the studio themselves had no belief in it. But wow, even I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was. Like, it was genuinely... I was saying this to Platoon. It's only like 100 minutes long. It honestly felt like about 5 hours. It was a slog to get through.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually surprised that the budget is that low, considering the fact how long it was in development for. It was it has development as far back as the earliest was as far back as like 2015, and they did a bunch of reshoots. I'm shocked that it's not closer to 200.
The original plan was for it to be R-rated, which I think would have been a much better idea. I think you could have had a lot of fun with it, considering the games are quite, like, you know, violent and gory and stuff. Like, yeah, go into that 100%. But instead, you got this. Ugh. And yeah, man, the casting. I mean, I suppose there's so many different aspects of this film to talk about, but the casting is horrendous. Like, casting Cate Blanchett as Lilith, that should have been played by an actress in her mid-20s, like someone who's really young, energetic, like, you know, no fucks given. And instead you've got this like woman in her mid-50s who just looks tired and bored.
It was actually my first note when I was watching it is Cate Blanchett is too old to deliver the line, "That sounds like some wild BS, doesn't it?" And it's like, that's not a Cate Blanchett line. You shouldn't be saying that. Why are you saying that?
Were they putting stuff on her face to make her less wrinkly?
I think it was.
I think she's had work done.
Well, it also looked to me like they had one of those blur filters on. Like, I don't know if any of y'all have seen Morning Show. I can't remember where they streamed that, but it's Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, and they both look like two giant blurs because they keep applying these like defocusing thing, and I think that's what they did to Cate Blanchett in this movie.
I think you can actually do that here on StreamYard, if I recall correctly.
Shit, let me go into the settings. Hold on.
I'm on it.
I need it right now.
Oh yeah, here you can. Touch up my appearance. Wait, let's see how bad I look. Hold on. Yeah,
if you just turn into Cate Blanchett when you hit that button, it's going to be.
But see how it's
funny.
you can see it's like removing everything from my face.
That's kind of how she looked in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just that. It's like you can. Her face kind of looks stretched. Like her mouth is kind of like that. Like she's had a facelift or something. And it's, you know, I get it. She's older and stuff, but it just becomes really obvious when she's the main character like this. And I could even live with the whole idea of like picking an older actress for this part if it was an actress who had some kind of pedigree in the action genre, like, I don't know, Charlize Theron or Mila Jovovich or something, who at least has done this stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, I can kind of get behind her doing like an action movie like this in middle age and see how she copes with it. But Cate Blanchett is like not known for this kind of thing at all. It's just such a random choice of actress. I don't know why she did it. And when she was asked about it, she basically said, yeah, it was COVID and I was going a bit nuts at home, and I just needed something to do. So I signed up for this movie.
Okay. Imagine you were the director and they said that. You're like, thanks.
I looked up IMDb as well, like, because, you know, Eli Roth directed it, and he said he was inspired by watching his French bulldog taking a shit to pitch this movie. And I kid you not.
Right.
Because apparently, like, it looks, when your dog takes a dump, it looks at you like, it needs reassurance that it's okay to do it or whatever. And he's like, okay, that was my inspiration for Claptrap as a character, and that's how I pitched the film. Okay, sure, yeah.
Bold strategy. Let's see how it fails at the box office.
Yeah, and then
what I wouldn't have given to be a fly on the wall of that meeting. So what was your inspiration for this? Well, I saw my dog take a shit. Let's just start with that, and we'll move forward.
It's like you're hired. And yeah, like you've got elements like Jack Black voicing Claptrap, which is legit one of the most gratingly annoying characters I've seen in recent years. It's like they gave him no direction and no lines even. It's like he was just trying to make it up on the fly.
He is kind of like Claptrap in the games, though. Like, if you've ever played Borderlands 2 and you've just sat in place for any long period of time, you want to kill him. But the games have the advantage because you can run away and you don't have to be around him, whereas the film, you are stuck with the most... He's supposed to be annoying in the games in short doses, but in the film, you are stuck with him. And it's like you have to make a change to that character. You cannot be annoying people 100% of the way through your movie. That is not how you get people to enjoy anything. So either you change his character or you don't give him such a pivotal role, but you don't give him full-on Claptrap, full-on all the time. It's, oh God, one of the most grating experiences I've had in the cinema. Well, I wasn't in the cinema. One of the greatest experiences I've had watching a film for a long time.
It was a nice trip to India for you.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm inspired to sign up for betting websites for some reason. I don't know.
Because on that note, right, the dialogue thing was awful. Agreed, but the dialogue for everybody was awful. I was losing it listening to how they were doing everything and like the most predictable story progression stuff. But did I hear it correctly? Did she actually, when they teleport, first of all, they teleport and she says, "We teleported." I got the this is the Clone Wars vibes from that line, especially being the same actress, by the way. But she said after that, she's like, "I just moved us with my freaking mind." And I was like, wait a minute. Like, they just take that from Forspoken. Like, Jesus Christ. There's so many like just amateur mistakes when they Claptrap and Cate Blanchett are walking into where she used to live, right? He says, "Was this your home?" And then she says, "Yes, I used to live here."
That's generally the definition of a home, I suppose.
One of my favorite things, and that's not even the first time that they teleport, because right in the beginning, they specifically state that the planet that she's on with the bar, with Promethea, is 50 light years away. And then next scene, she's just on Pandora.
Yeah.
You can't... 50 light years is a measure of distance. Like, you can't...
I mean, I don't know what the technology is, whether they have warp drives or something, but like, I get the really strong impression that this movie has been butchered in editing. Like, there was a ton of extra stuff there, and like they've just cut it all out, and that's why they have these weird voiceovers from Lilith, just saying like, "Oh, so I arrived on the planet and killed a bunch of people, and then that led me to this thing, and that's how I got to the next stage of my quest." It's like, okay, that was probably a 20-minute segment that you've just cut from the movie because you needed to save time. And I guess it was like, just cut this film down to the bare bones to get as many showings in as possible and try and get that opening weekend as high as you can, because nobody will see it after that.
Which is mad, because like, it made it way, way less relatable for anyone who was ever trying to come to this movie who didn't know a huge amount about the games. And like, I don't know a huge amount about the games, but I have played them at some point in the very distant past. But that you can't rely on just saying, well, it's a character, she looks like Lilith, she's called Lilith, so, you remember her. Likewise, Claptrap. Like, you will get the jokes because the jokes are things you remember from the games that you played back in the mid-2000s. And say, that's not going to be true for the vast majority of your potential audience. You do actually have to lead people into your story. Even Super Mario Brothers led people in with a sort of truncated origin story, and that's one of the most recognizable franchises of all time. Yeah. But Borderlands takes this weird approach where the first opening 10 minutes is backfilled exposition of what, by the way, I think would have been a way better film if you wanted to kick off a Borderlands movie franchise, which is Cate Blanchett playing Lilith's mother looking for the vault, which could have ended on a really sour note where, she has to abandon her daughter and you can pick up with the daughter in a sequel. And then you've started the story where stories should begin, which is the beginning of the story, as opposed to Cate Blanchett telling you all the interesting stuff that happened and then dumping you into the middle of a story nobody gives a damn about, including the people in the story, and then expecting you to sort of coast along with vague memories of a game that you barely remember playing. So like, the entire thing was ill-conceived, even admitting all the cutscenes, everything that was evidently butchered in editing. I think the entire premise was always going to be balked.
Oh, it was, that opening. I was like, oh, we're getting a broad view of the story from Kate Blanchett narration. I can't help but think of Lord of the Rings right now. It's like,
yeah,
it's so unfair, but there we are.
It's so funny that she's gone from the heights of cinema to this. Like it makes such an interesting comparison. Like I know she's done a million movies in between, and like she is like an excellent actress, but my God, just this is not her thing in the slightest. I don't know why she was brought into it. I think in most cases the casting is terrible.
Yeah, I'm
Kevin
sorry.
Hart,
Any movie that casts Kevin Hart in anything, yeah, his whole thing is just being loud and small and frantic. I like it better when Charlie Day does that exact thing.
The weird thing is he's not even playing up to the whole like comedic aspects of his career. Like he's genuinely, for the most part, he's not trying to be that funny. Like he's a more serious character, and like there's one gag about his height, but then apart from that, they don't really mention it. And it's like, again, you've miscast a guy who's like known for being this comedic actor who's small and funny and whatever, and you're trying to make him serious and like an actual legit special forces soldier who can do like he's pretty formidable in combat.
When they gave him the serious sacrifice scene, that was you could see him coming a mile away. I just love they'll get into an elevator. They're like, "All right, go." And it's like, "Oh no, someone has to go outside and press a thing and do a thing to make this all go. No, someone's gonna sacrifice themselves." He's like, "I'll do it." And the girl's like, "No." The music swells, and you're sitting there like, "I don't care." Why would you
The thing is, I knew he was going to be alive. Like I knew, like at this point in the movie, it's like this movie is completely consequence free. You've got these crazy sequences where people are gunning down like the what are they called, the Reapers or something, like the crazy guys, the psychos, yeah. Like gunning them down by the dozens, setting them on fire and stuff, blowing them up, and there's not the slightest bit of blood. It's just like a bunch of extras just lying on the ground. And so again, like with this, I knew he wasn't going to really be in danger. He'd probably make it out. And sure enough, you then get a scene where he's just buried under a big mountain of corpses, gets up like nothing happened, and then off he goes.
That felt odd. Like another amateur mistake, because we could have assumed that's what eventually happened when he was left down there. Instead, they show us everyone's dead, and he gets out of the pile of corpses, and he's like, "Right then, off I go." And then they show his grand reappearance. You'd think most normal movies don't show you the part where he gets back up, so that then they can surprise you when he arrives. Those are really strange decisions. Remember the bit where the lady that's been chasing them throughout the whole movie is like, "No, I will stand with you because I." And then she gets killed. I was like,
That is possibly the only bit in the movie that got a slight chuckle out of me.
It did out of me. I had to wonder if, like, was I with the film on that one or not? I assume that was intentional because I guess we don't care about whoever she was. It was just funny to see her die. I don't know. It's like, all right then.
Yeah. One of the things
bit
about...
as well.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I love as well, like, because the Crimson, what are they called? Like the
Crimson Lance.
Crimson Lance. That's it. Yeah. So they're sent in, and like their overriding mission is like, you have to recover Tina alive. Like she is the girl, literally the girl who's the key to everything, at least from their point of view. So they're in like a car chase bit, and they are doing everything in their power to blow up the car and kill everyone on board. How does that complete your mission? It's just like, again, dumb stuff like that, where it's like, you're going to kill the person you've specifically been sent here to capture alive and intact because you need her to open the vault. I was like, nah, we'll just kill her. Why?
So, one of the things I love is that, and I said it in my review, that everybody seems as though they're rolling a 20, a tabletop role play reference, because nobody fails at anything throughout the entire movie. And that's the opposite of Borderlands. Is very trial and error. You set up like a checkpoint where you die and you come back, and you die and you come back, and they never get close to that. They never get that feel of you're really in danger on Pandora all the time. That's the whole point. But they never feel like they're in danger once.
Nobody really acts like they're scared or anything. It's like they're more just like momentarily inconvenienced by things, and that's about as far as it goes. And so when the characters don't really care about the danger that they're in, and the script gives us no reason to believe that any of them are really going to die, I'm not going to care when they get put into action sequences because I know they'll all be fine. and so it's so consequence free and light. It's just
Yeah, it was a major problem. Like the first 2 acts of the film was like almost every single Lilith line was rubbishing where she was, what she was doing, who she was with, what everything looked like. It's like, you are giving my opinions on the movie, but I don't want my protagonist to be doing that for me, because like if you think this is all shit and a waste of your time, then so do I. At least get invested in something. There's got to be some peril and danger in there somewhere. Can we also like say a quick word like in like solidarity, I guess, maybe with Jamie Lee Curtis, who the week after saying that Marvel is in phase bad stars in this movie. Like,
yeah,
that's good timing. Really well done.
She didn't think that one through too well. I mean, she was 100% right about
apologize for
Marvel,
that?
but
She put out an apology, and then Ryan Reynolds made fun of her.
I missed that bit.
She said something like, it's inappropriate. She probably shouldn't have said it. La la la. That he said, "Does everybody who makes fun of Marvel have to apologize?" Because obviously he talked about his little like insult to Wolverine. So
she was like the exact opposite of Kate Blanchett in the movie too. Like Kate Blanchett was, I want to say that they wanted her to be stoic, but she's just dead.
Well, she's not. She's exposition grandma. That's her entire role. It's like she'll have a scene when nothing happens, and then she'll say, "Oh, I suddenly remembered that your mum gave you to me when she went off to find the vault, and you're really important."
But she even jumps from like really hyper to that what you just said, exposition grandma, to that. It's this huge swing between her character throughout every scene that she's in. It's the exact opposite of what Kate Blanchett's doing, which is just this I have lines that I need to deliver and then I'm done. Like it's the exact opposite of that.
This movie has got such a, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think there's something kind of cool about giving older actresses like a chance to do, especially action movies. Like there's something kind of weirdly cool about like older women like firing guns and stuff, but it's so consistent in this film. They even had Gina Gershon as Mad Moxie, and like that character is meant to be like, I don't know, 30 at most. Gina is like 61 years old.
Yeah.
Why?
They somehow made her look older. They actually made her look older somehow. She, like, you see the video, the interviews, and she doesn't look nearly as decrepit as they made her look in the movie.
Well, I mean, no, but in the movie, she's wearing like a corset and everything. Like, she, I don't know, for 61 years old, she probably looks okay, but like, she is very much an older actress, and it's just such a weird choice for that character. Because again, like, she's meant to be a relatively young character, and she's a femme fatale. Like, she's the very definition of that in the games. And here, yeah, you're just casting all these weird actresses that are so out of step with the characters they're meant to be playing. Yeah, no idea what the thought process was behind it.
That's who was available. Basically, what
it might be. I don't know if it's a COVID thing or what. Like, you'd think that you want to keep old people away from like film sets and stuff. You know, it's like, you guys are vulnerable. Go home or something. I don't know.
But it's like they did this weird thing where they aged up parts of the cast and not other parts. Like Tiny Tina's not aged up. Marcus, the guy who drives the bus, not aged up. But then they age up other people. So it's either you got to do one or the other. Age the whole cast up or don't.
Yeah. I mean, Eli Roth said he was doing this for the best actors for the job. Okay, that's what he chose. Wasn't about age.
Sure. Yeah. It's great that they brought in Tim Miller as well. Like, you know, the man with the fine pedigree of doing Terminator Dark Fate to work on this movie. Like, okay, yeah, the man's on a roll, clearly. But yeah, I mean, Borderlands, yeah, it's destined to be forgotten as soon as it came out, essentially. I can't imagine it's going to have a great second weekend. And it'll probably be out of cinemas within a week or so.
Downy Free and Gentle. Softer clothes for skin's sake.
Old Spice Total Body. It fights stank 24/7.
Ever
sold.
Wild guess, but he's very rich now. He deserves it. He's one of the only YouTubers that didn't let the money and fame get to his head. He's still just as humble
oh dear.
I know.
and cool as when he started. I admire that. Amazing video, Boogie. You're one of the realest, most transparent YouTubers out there, and please know that your fans appreciate it. I clicked on this video randomly and I stayed to watch, and to be honest, I'm really happy this guy makes a lot of money. Don't know him, never seen his videos, but I'm just glad that he makes money. He's very humble and I respect that a lot.
If he was humble, why would he even make a video about how he's rich? Why wouldn't he just keep it to himself?
Well, because he's the most humble person in the world.
Like, the fact that you know about it is already, you know?
Well, so I think those comments just relate to his commentary on his finances before, because the point of this is that you'll see those comments, and then you're going to see what the comments look like after this event.
Crypto keeps doing this, I'll actually be a millionaire for the first time in my life. I did the calculations, and if I was able to cash out right around 1 million, I could retire. Never worry about money again.
Man,
travel the world, get surgery to remove.
The fact that he was at a point where he could have just cashed it all out, put it into
Left. Yeah, then happy or gone.
In like in something that tracks the S&P 500 and be getting like massive dividend. He could have.
Yeah, once you get a certain amount of money, you're set. That money will just make more money. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that he could have done that, he was like, "Nah, I gotta wait and see how much higher this goes."
This scan.
What was that thing, Fringy, that you said? You said you read something about how if it's good enough to brag about, it's good enough to
Yeah,
cash
that was a
out
video
on?
that I watched where a guy said, if it's good enough to screenshot it, yeah, if it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. The idea being that if you're so thrilled with how in the green you are, that you'd be willing to share it on Twitter or Reddit, you probably ought to consider whether or not it's time to, you know, like that. It's just, what's the exit strategy? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
your plan with your money? Like, what are you going to do with it, you know?
Well, you could even take out an amount of money that would cover your initial investment and more so, and then leave a bit in if you want to play with that, right? There's loads of things you can do to protect yourself.
It's just putting all of your assets into an incredibly volatile, into something incredibly volatile instead of, you know, the good old standard diversification and stuff like. It's just crazy that what a stupid decision he made. Like, what a
yes,
dumb
indeed.
decision.
My friends, also hookers and cocaine, I guess. In true Boogie fashion, he continued bragging while feigning humility. In one tweet, he
And it's
claimed to
just
feel
crazy because
guilty
all of
for
these-
making so much money.
All of these tweets are like in the beginning of 2021, right at the peak, like right after
Yeah.
the insane bull run that happened after our COVID. Like, it's just, oh man.
Because he couldn't share it. But it's obvious he just wanted to flaunt his newfound wealth as he fixated on the mythical 7 figures.
Hey, so I was out of the game for a really long time, and then I bought back in during last night's crash, and I've already made some money. In fact, hold on, let me check my bag right now. Since last night,
You can tell he feels so like, I know what I'm doing. I'm a crypto guy.
Yeah, he's like, I figured out the game of life.
Let me
I
check my
I figured
bag.
it out. Look at my
and
strat.
it's currently setting at 35.21, so I've made some money. So I'm hoping it goes back up to its 4K peak, and I'll pull back out again.
Thank God I invested and got lucky. Not a millionaire yet. Maybe one
See, that's
day.
the thing.
After my crypto
If
passes
you had a real investment strategy, you wouldn't say, thank God I got lucky. You'd say, man, all the research I did to figure out if this company had an underlying
and
value that was higher
if
than when
you
I bought
know-
it. Man, I'm so glad.
paid off.
If you know you're lucky, then fucking quit while you're ahead. Holy shit.
Yeah, like, holy, if you're lucky, it's like, just read a couple of books about like finance. It just like, I just, you know, the questions that you would ask, like, would you buy it now at the price that it's at, and whether or not that should influence your decision to sell, like all of these basic questions. Instead, he's bragging on Twitter about how he's made so much money on crypto. It really is like, you know, twice the pride, double the fall, you know? God damn.
Is 1 million, I'll get the Model X and make it a Back to the Future car. When my crypto investments finally make me a millionaire, I'm going to have hot nurses give me my Mountain Dew intravenously.
I'm just trying to make a quick 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 to, you know, off of crypto money to fucking pay for this Disney trip.
And by late February, Boogie tripled his life savings. This was well more than enough for him to live comfortably, and given he admitted it was the gamble of a suicidal man, one would expect him to withdraw. But oddly, he seemed convinced it was safer in Ethereum.
Is this not just a classic story? It's like you can see where this is all headed, because obviously it's foreshadowed already by loads of other things, but Yeah, of course he's
Flew
gonna
too
lose it
close
all.
to the sun.
He's gonna lose it all.
Flew too close to the sun. It's like a film, isn't it? Yeah, we're heading towards a second act low point, and there will not
Yeah.
be a resolution. That's
I actually I met someone like this in real life. I knew someone like this in real life. They invested in, I'm not even kidding, BitConnect. They were in BitConnect.
I've never even heard of that one.
Oh, it's
We
like a
haven't heard of
classic meme. BitConnect. You know the meme? The
You've never
fucking
seen
Asian
oh, it's the
fella.
best.
No, I haven't. No.
Anyway, it was like a sort of it was tethered or linked in some way to Bitcoin, so it looked legit, but it was like a Ponzi scheme. So yeah, it crashed one day. Loads of people lost a bunch of money, and yeah, this guy had to sheepishly go around and all the people in the office and was like, "Oh, sorry," because they all lost fucking money on it. Insane.
Eventually, if I sell those cards, I have to pay income on the cards I sell if there's a paper trail. If I sell them to a friend for $20, none's the wiser.
Juggernaut be saying this?
It just that's the clip where he just casually admits to tax fraud. Just FYI.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't know if you should be saying this aloud in front of people.
I mean, it was funny because apparently he didn't really rely on that for very long. He went straight to crypto, then lost everything, and is now close to destitute.
It's
McJuggernuggets, the guy who got famous for Psycho Dad Shreds video games and has had some recent bangers such as Angry Bald Kid Destroys TV. That's the person you trusted your life savings with?
Within 12 months, he managed to lose $500,000.
Very smart. That's a really smart thing.
$500,000.
You think they'd have to? Oh, I'm trying to imagine myself in that position. You want to take this $500,000, or do you want to risk it for more? And I'm like, just give it to me. Give it to me right now. Just give me the $500,000.
Well, we
I'll
know
take
what
it.
you would
I
do
don't
on
care.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Hell yeah, I'm taking that money and because I would never fucking forgive myself if I got
it's
that
true.
last question wrong. I would never forgive myself. And every day with that $500,000, I'd say, you know what? I will never feel bad about not taking.
I'm thinking
the
about
risk.
that Norm Macdonald one where he's doing it for charity and he would have gotten $1 million, but he kind of got spooked out of answering the last one. Still walked away with $500K for charity, but damn,
He's a wise man.
Well, yeah, it was just a case of like, man, how shit would it be if you lost like that money for charity, you know?
Even if I knew, like, if I was in that position where they said, "What were you gonna guess?" If you were gonna, it's like, "Oh, I would have guessed B," and they said, "Oh, that would have been correct." I still would have been like, "Well, at the time, I did the smart thing, and I'm not gonna fault myself for that."
That's exactly the thing, right? It's the that's like a healthier attitude. Whereas Boogie, if it kept going up, he'd be like, "Fuck, I should have left it in there," you know? I would have made more money instead of looking at the positive side of,
Dude, I'm
of
sure
the
once
decision he made.
once he lost the biggest portion, he probably thought, "It's okay, I can get it back. I can get it back. I just need to put this in the right place."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This itself would be bad enough, but just a few months later, even that would be lost. That same June, the crypto market experienced a massive downturn. This resulted in it shedding nearly 60% of its total market cap, a loss of over $2 trillion. This universal decline caused Boogie to incur a loss of over 6 figures.
How's the crypto crash hitting you? Not great. I will take your subscriptions today. I would definitely take your donations and subscriptions today. Crypto market crashes.
Because right now, just to, so I'm not confused or anything, and I know the timeline, Boogie hasn't, quote unquote, cashed out into real money yet. He just realizes his potential value of all the coins is going way down.
Well, remember that we looked at, because in the documentary it said he lost $750,000 on crypto. So I think what any normal person would assume from that is, oh, you're like 750,000 down from where you initially started. But like,
he meant it like
when he talked
my
about
potential.
It, like, well, no, it was at 250, then it got really high up, and then it went back to where it started. But like, nobody would be looking at that's like a paper gain and a paper loss. There's a difference between that and like it was just. I think it was still like really to the point that I'm not even sure exactly what the amounts were, but like it sounded like what was in the documentary. It was like, well, it's true from a certain point of view, that kind of thing, but like not what people expected or understood it to mean.
Is not fun. I am sweating it. I'm sweating bullets, boys. You remember this time a year ago I made a video saying I'll never have to work again and I'm fine and everything else? Should have pulled out of the market then. I did not.
Yeah, well, that
I mean, I think it's going to go back up at one point, but, for it is right now.
And then that would be a question you'd ask Boogie is like, so when you like invest in an asset, you know, how long do you expect that you would want to like keep that in the market for, you know? Like, do you want to hold on to it short term, medium term, long term? And he'd be like, what are you talking about? Like it just sounds like he genuinely had like no plan at all
whatsoever.
Yeah,
well,
he's
it's
thrown around
do you remember-
a huge chunk of money without knowing anything about it.
There was certain clips where he was really bitter about McJuggernuggets for getting him in this situation, and you can tell it's like he felt that he was more responsible because Boogie just didn't even understand what he was doing. It was like, this was you because I didn't know. I was just walking around with money, and now I don't have any. So this is you.
I made a couple of bad trades with the advice of a friend, and I
Yeah,
definitely do not
there
have
it
that kind
is.
of security anymore.
I'm not comfortable telling you how much I lost, but I definitely lost very much into the six figures.
I need your help.
I need your help video.
I need help. This one you're talking about?
And just over a year later, Boogie posted a new video titled "I Need Your Help."
Why did you make this in the first place? Just
It's literally like saying I am addicted to gambling, and it worked out, and it turned out about how you'd expect. Give me money.
This was
Like, that's just all
unbelievable.
it comes across as.
And yet it's been completely crushed by later events. Like this one's nothing now, but at the time it was huge. Like, seriously? You're asking people to make up for your gambling losses?
Well, I mean, but you can even see it in the way that he keeps saying, like, I took that bad advice. It's like, yes, but the important part is you took that. You took it.
Why did you not double check that advice? Why did you not get a second opinion?
Well, especially if he like, it's just no, like, why? The whole thing is crazy. Like that he made that choice, and then when it succeeded, he was talking about this amazing thing that he'd done, and then as soon as it was gone, I was like, well, I took some bad advice, and I need your help, guys.
start making the content and see how it goes instead of like the guilt trip.
Been watching the channel lately, you know the last 3 videos I've uploaded were Francis videos, and that's by design.
The fact that he filmed it outside so that it wasn't there with his arcade machine and all of the collectibles and
that will be mentioned.
Big play button.
And that's by design.
Interesting.
They're attention grabbers. They're polarizing. The algorithm likes it. So I'm trying to dig my way out of the hole that I currently find myself in. I took some financial advice from a friend, and I'm not pointing fingers necessarily.
Then why'd you mention it? Yeah, why'd you mention it?
Not pointing fingers, but the Juggernaut's
You fucked me over. But I mean, you know.
Took the advice, but I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section, and I pretty much lost most of it. Do you like the t-shirts I have? This one's not in the merch lane shop yet, but there's several, and I'm making new designs all the time. And if you like a t-shirt,
I'm making new designs. He's not designing any of these, right? He gets someone else to do it.
Well, I guess look, all right, Google colloquialism.
Okay.
When he says he's making them, someone else is making
He's
them.
part of the process in some way
That's right.
that eventually will lead to the creation of this merchandise.
t-shirt, buy a t-shirt. I make like a $9 profit off of a $25 purchase. If you don't want to buy something from me directly, you can shop with one of my sponsors. That's
By the way, you should be shilling those shirts all the time because on shirts, you get a big cut of shirts. In terms of how much they cost and how much you get a
We just
big
said, right? He
chunk,
said he
so-
gets $9 on a $25 shirt.
Yeah. So he needs to be.
I think he does. Well,
Really
so-
pushing those shirts.
I assume you know, Rags, but he's recently like completely run down making any YouTube videos. One, because they just don't pay out much at all. Two, the sponsorships have completely dried up. Nobody's going to sponsor his channel now. Not a shock at all. Three, after what's happened with LolCow Live, he believes that if you were to even release a video, just be spammed with "you lied about cancer," which he's absolutely correct about.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
if I killed someone, then people would bring that up a
yeah,
lot.
probably, yeah. His channel's like a husk. It is very, very slowly just hollowed out completely. But I wouldn't, as everyone else has said, I wouldn't expect he's stopping. He'll be back. He's always back.
He'll
be
do
back
something.
eventually.
He'll do something.
Yeah.
This LolCow Live shit is so gay and fake in terms of like him getting fired. It's more Keemstar fucking, you know.
He like explicitly said he wouldn't
kayfabe.
fire him, and then when he saw like the chance, I think, to sort of make a big deal out of it and make it an episode, he was like, "Yeah, I'll just do that." They'll bring him back first as a guest to, you know, make him suffer in some way, shape, or form, and then he'll do another vote saying, "Should I rehire him?" And then the fans will vote yes because they enjoy
Or maybe
watching him
they
suffer.
will, Keemstar ask him.
Keemstar was
"Go
thinking
and
of
get Anthony's
punishments for
again."
Boogie to do to come back on the show, and I suggested he needs a face tattoo of just liar on his forehead in big capital letters. I think
Dude,
that would work out quite well.
Team said, "Oh, here's a punishment for him.
he can't drink Mountain Dew anymore. Okay.
That sucks. That fucking
Yeah, it sucks
The
so much.
Maya
Obviously
tattoo
just
is
gonna-
way better.
I think he should have to drink Mountain Dew. He should have to quit Double Dew and
Accelerate
drink
his
sugar.
death.
Double
Yes,
Dew.
that's what I'm rooting for.
Eat the tub of ice cream, Boogie. Do it live.
It's always an
He needs to
option
be
as well.
feeding.
Well, if you like a product I'm selling, get involved with a sponsor, shop through them, use my code. If you're in a position where you only have like $1 or $5, you can super chat that.
He's asking for money. Fuck you.
If you're so
Grandma
impoverished that you only have $1 or $5,
You have $1 to your
Which is
name.
a
You
lot
can
for a
super
spoon.
chat that to me.
That is pretty funny as well. Yeah, the idea that if you're in a place where you only have a couple of bucks free, you should consider giving it to Boogie instead of dealing with your much more
Christ.
apparent problem.
After he wasted all of his money gambling. That's insane.
Yeah.
When you like a video, you can pledge $5 a month, $10 a month on the channel membership program. And if you do that, if we can get up to like 100 members, I want to start making special clips and videos that'll stay member only for the people who want to see that stuff. Well, my way of saying thank you to you guys.
Oh yeah, I really want to
Yeah,
be
I
in
know,
the
right?
exclusive
Premium.
Boogie Club. Oh boy.
Premium
All right,
content.
that's-
You
yeah,
give
that
me
premium Boogie content.
$5 so I can spin it on red. I find love at the casino because the casino loves me, you know?
If you
It's,
watch
it's,
my
dude, it's so shameful. And the thing is, well, he's doing it wrong. Like, you make the content, and then people come and support you if you like it. He's doing it the wrong way around, you know?
Yeah.
Well, people are already fucking disinterested in the channel completely. So now being like, right, now I need more support than ever. He's asked for this several
Dude.
times.
It's the Doomer Media policy. All right, pay me up front and I might make the video you requested.
Well, Boogie said that if you like a video at the end of all of that or something, I think he thinks people still like his videos.
If you like the video where I
This was his
Photoshop
problem.
myself fatter and beg for money, then please donate me and subscribe.
A few comments have been showcased, but everyone agrees. Like Boogie never made anything worthwhile. The Francis videos were the closest thing to some kind of like creative expression or funny. But as he even said, the best of the writing was thanks to his ex-wife, and I mean the viral factor was just because he was a really fat guy destroying stuff. That's
It was
at one
early
point.
He was just
YouTube,
acting like a fat retard on the internet.
Yeah, which
That's
is
it. That was
algorithm
the appeal.
gold back in when they were doing well, right? Like 20.
Back in 1864.
Yeah.
He hit
that
two
was a deal.
niches: laughing at fat people breaking. Stuff and then hearing about people's life problems so you feel better about yourself.
live streams and you want to donate, throw bits at me, subscribe there. That's obviously also an option. I've never really pressed my Patreon or pressed channel memberships, but I kind of have to now.
He's definitely done
Too
that.
late now. You're a fucker.
Yeah.
So, what do you get for your money? Here's what I'm going to try to do. I can't promise
Crypto.
any weight loss stuff because
I
you
know a
guys
guy.
I can't promise weight loss because fuck that. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. That's old Boogie.
Wouldn't that be a somewhat? I mean, there's no point because he would never do it anyway. But if you said like he has to reach a certain weight goal, and that's the only way he can access the job of the podcast to be paid, is he has to pass the weight gate, so to speak.
That would be interesting, but
It should go the other way though. He should have to gain X amount of weight.
He
to
has
make his
to
life
weigh
work.
700 pounds.
the percentage of the
guys know.
camera
That's
that
not
he
a thing
fills up
I'm-
is his pay on the show.
know that I
We need to
can
get you back to the way you were when you were successful, Boogie. Put it back
You gotta-
on.
you know what
Stop
people
trying to fail.
Yeah, the glory days.
for you, but
The three top comments read, "Just remember, the reason this video was filmed in his garden is because if it was filmed in his office, we'd all be able to see his thousands of dollars worth of arcade machines, magic cards, and gaming memorabilia. This is the most interesting case study, watching someone who hasn't worked in over a decade finally have to go back to work.
He'll
Guys,
starve before
this
he
man
goes
is
to work.
richer than most of us watching him even after this mistake he made. He squandered his money and wants an easy way out. Do not feed into it. The world is cruel, and if you want to put your faith into something, give your money to trusted places that will actually help individuals who need it. Don't give into pressure from financially irresponsible e-celebrities."
That is a fantastic top comment to have on that video.
I agree, 100%.
Like
There are way better things that you could be doing with your money. There are
Yeah.
people who are actually hungry, who need help. Donate your time, donate your cash. There are a lot of places that will put it to very good use. 100%.
Or you could go to the casinos and then swing all
Yeah,
your
fuck
money.
it, just gamble your own money instead of giving it to him to gamble away. You know.
I remember him
Yeah,
saying,
you
"Don't
lose
worry."
out on the fun part of gambling, which is gambling. Like,
Hmm.
why would you give it to him to gamble?
Yeah,
like that's
it's like going
you're
to a
just a
casino. There's a guy,
loser.
you go into a casino, there's a guy at the table. You're giving them money, and they win, and they walk away, and you get nothing, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you know what? I like to go to Vegas and go up to the first person I see at the table, and I say, "Here, you lose this," and then I just leave.
About me. I'm financially secure to the point that if I stop making videos tomorrow, I can live comfortably for the rest of my life.
He released a follow-up video thanking supporters while reading nice and mean comments. The thumbnail, meanwhile, contains an edited photo of his face to make him appear wider. This is the
This picture, it's just weirdly aggravating.
He looks like one of those faces where if you like flipped it upside down or whatever, it would look the same, or where they like take the facial expressions and they flip it, but they keep the head
know
the
what you mean,
same.
yeah.
It looks like one of those fake pictures that isn't real, but your brain is tricked into thinking it's real.
an explicit
And it's
attempt
not
to
even a good smile. It's just
It's just
shitty smile.
that's how I
It's the
describe
best
it,
he could
uncanny.
muster.
There's something about it that feels off. It's like it could be in a horror movie. It's like a little.
It looks like
Oh, it's
he's
'cause the
trying to
eyes-
smile and he smelled something really bad at the exact
It's
same
because the
time.
eyes aren't. So when you're happy and you're smiling and you really mean it, you're
Alive as
Boogie,
long
run.
as I can. I'm gonna waste as much of your time as you can. I'm gonna say as much shit and do as much shit as I can to keep your attention so you don't do it to somebody else.
See, it was all
Oh,
planned.
what a hero!
All of it was a plan,
Oh,
even
wow,
down to the
look at him.
cancer.
Man. Oh, yeah, he sacrificed himself. Forgive them, for they do not know what they do.
I'm here for you to torture me